Returnee. This was the first statement that mentioned them in ways of survival. Some people go back in time, others go to another dimension, and some are born again. In the end, the way to adapt to destruction varies from person to person. The second method of how to survive in a ruined world. To survive, destroy other dimensions in return. Answer me. Are you curious about my identity? Returnee, Myung-il-sung. This boy was a returnee from Earth who was summoned to be a warrior in the world of Kronos. Isn't it normal to blush and lower your eyes in this situation? Nuna's looking straight at me. The disaster question was such a bastard. Yusanga opened her mouth. What? Yusanga, don't answer the question! Yusanga turned her head toward me at my words. However, her chin was caught by Myung-il-sung and forced her to look back. Where are you looking? Look at me. Is that your boyfriend? Remove your hand. Yusanga shook off Myung-il-sung's hand. Her dagger moved in a threatening manner through the air. Myung-il-sung laughed. The second question has been resolved. The second seal of the returnee, Myung-il-sung, has been released. Ah, that's right. I've had a baby face for 100 years. The boy's cold eyes turned towards me. I didn't use Omniscient Reader's viewpoint, but it was clear even without the skill. You're having fun in this peaceful world? His right arm aimed at me. At the same time, purple particles condensed around his hand. The character, Myung-il-sung, has triggered small black fire cannon. Black fire cannon. This was the fire of death that destroyed the eastern part of Kronos and burned all the insect kings in the forest. The whole atmosphere was burning, and I was surrounded by flames. Pain spread across my skin. I cursed inside my heart. Damn. It hurt. It really hurt. It hurt less than I thought? After a while, the flames turned off and I looked at my skin. Every inch was scorched and painful, but it was a bearable pain. This was the black fire cannon that drove the insect kings to fear? However, the small black fire cannon didn't hurt. I looked up and saw Yusanga wielding her dagger. Unexpectedly, she had the advantage. Even the disaster at questions was perplexed by the overwhelming attacks. Why are you so strong? Is Nuna also a returnee? Or am I weak? I didn't understand. The original disaster at questions with 2 seals released should be stronger than this. Exclusive skill, character list is activated. Character information. Name, Myung-il-sung. Age, 17 years old, out of 127 years old. Constellation support, mass production maker. Private attribute, SSS grade warrior. Hero, disaster questions, legend. Exclusive skills, SSS grade growth acceleration level 10, currently level 1. SSS grade swordsmanship, level 10, currently level 1. Black fire cannon level 9, currently level 1. SSS grade footwork level 10, currently level 1. Stigma, the answer is fixed and you just need to answer level 7, currently level 2. Overall stats, physique level 99, currently level 55. Strength level 99, currently level 55. Agility level 99, currently level 60. Magic power level 99, currently level 55. Overall evaluation, the disaster questions that destroyed Kronos. All stats are sealed due to the current scenario penalty. Every time a seal is released, the stats will rise. Once all seals are released, the real power of the disaster will awaken. If you want to survive, don't answer his questions. But you're still going to die. I was nervous about the constant SSS filling the screen, but once I read it in detail, I understood why he was weak. The Dokubis were fair. Right now, he was weaker than the original disaster. Han Soo-young, Yusanga-shi! I didn't know if Bi-hong was using his strength, but now we had a chance. Attack with all your strength! We must kill him now! If this was his current state, perhaps we could win without using Way of the Wind. I poured my remaining coins into my stats. Physique level 50 to physique level 60. Agility level 50 to agility level 60. Magic power level 25 to magic power level 60. 39,500 coins have been consumed. All stats have reached the current scenario limit. I ran aggressively while activating Unbroken Faith. Remember, you should never answer his questions. Myung-il-sung seemed interested when he saw my Blade of Faith. What, an energy sword? My attack missed by a hair's breadth due to his high agility. Myung-il-sung kept chattering. Ajishi, are you a martial artist? How can you use the energy sword already? Isn't this crazy? I ignored him and triggered a stigma. The stigma, Song of the Sword, has been used. Your sword is filled with the words left by the Duke of Loyalty and Warfare. A random verse of the Duke of Loyalty and Warfare story appeared in front of me, followed by a message. The 29th day, clear skies. I went to do official business. Then nothing happened. Damn it. The Duke of Loyalty and Warfare didn't help me at this time. The War Diary didn't always contain content that fought against the enemy. In fact, most of the contents were ordinary. The sky was clear. The Duke of Loyalty and Warfare went to do official business. If I wrote a destruction diary, my diary would be roughly like this. The sky was dark. Kim Dokja was right. I rolled around the ground to avoid Myung-il-sang's kick. Myung-il-sang's expression gradually became serious. He looked at my blade of faith and sighed with relief. Whew, that's right. It isn't a real energy blade. What is she? Why acting like it's real? You almost scared me. Brat, you talk too much. There was a cold female voice. While I was stalling for time, Hansung made dozens of avatars, and they ran towards him. Die! Hansung's attacks poured onto the boy, whose moves were blocked. However, her attacks weren't strong enough to harm his body. Rather, Yoo was unable to do damage due to the excessive number of avatars. Myung-il-sang laughed as he was hit by Hansung's small hand. Aren't you quite pretty? How old are you? Student? Shut up! Die! Myung-il-sang's face was marred by the continuous hits. What's wrong with everyone? What did I do wrong? If you see a nice-looking returnee like me, shouldn't you welcome me with open arms? Should I get rid of all the monsters from now on? What a mad dog! Oh, were my words ridiculous? Wait a minute. Perhaps you're... Myung-il-sang's expression changed. You guys are from the Hunters Association, right? Isn't there normally this development? Aren't they always the first ones to show up when a returnee comes back? This chuny bastard... No, shit! The third question has been resolved. The fourth question has been resolved. The fifth question has been resolved. The third seal of returnee Myung-il-sang has been released. Myung-il-sang smiled and nodded. You are from the Hunters Association. It was crazy. His momentum became even stronger. The surrounding avatars were destroyed by a powerful wave of energy emitted from his body. Myung-il-sang burst out laughing. Now, it's the Munchkins' time. Hansung stepped back and glanced at me with an absurd expression. What is with this bastard? I gasped with irritation. Didn't I tell you not to answer him? You're just feeding that jerk. I didn't answer. I just swore. Just don't speak. The point of the questions asked by the disaster questions wasn't to get an answer. No matter what the answer was, he would use it to strengthen his abilities. Myung-il-sang kept speaking. Then who should I kill first? But his words didn't last long. This was Yoo appeared behind him while emitting a fierce killing intent. Hermes' walking method. Theseus' resolution. Arachne's web. The system message didn't pop up, but I was able to recognize these skills. In a future scenario called Ragnarok, these skills were clearly described. They were the stigmas of the Olympus-related constellations. The surprised Myung-il-sang unleashed a series of small black fire cannons to keep Yoo in check. However, Yoo rushed towards Myung-il-sang without caring about the black fire cannons. It was impossible. As long as they didn't experience a special scenario event, there was no way for an incarnation to simultaneously possess the stigma of various constellations. It was a situation where I only had 2 stigmas. Then how could Yoo have such a large number of stigmas? Let's try it! Does it hurt? Sweat covered Yoo forehead. The thread of magic power kept expanding and shrinking. She stepped fleetly through the air. The dagger pierced without hesitation whether there was a visible gap. The vitality inside her was burning. It was an extraordinary change in just 2 days. At this moment, I sensed something. The stigmas of various constellations in one incarnation. There obviously wasn't a single case in Ways of Survival. It didn't even play to Prophet Anna Croft of the United States. Then Yoo Dokja-shi, now! Yoo gave the signal, and I supported her explosive attack with the Blade of Faith. Hansung also participated. Little by little, Myung-il-sang became dizzy from all the hands and feet. His movements were delayed for a moment, and my Blade of Faith aimed at the gap, cutting his shoulder and belly. Shit! Blood flowed out. Myung-il-sang pulled back and chanted something. The character, Myung-il-sang, has used Blink Level 1. Myung-il-sang's figure became blurry. My mind was in a hurry. He couldn't get away. I aimed the blade at his wrist, but his body faded away just as the blade hit. The only thing left was scattered blood. The constellation Secret Plotter lets out a sad sigh. The constellation Prison of the Golden Headband is going crazy from frustration. The constellation Abyssal Black Flame Dragon is pointing a finger at your heart. The excitement of some constellations has reached a critical level. Hansung shouted, Shit! We missed him! It's okay. He's injured so we can't catch him soon. Some constellations have calmed down. Yoo you did really well. Yoo-shi? There was no answer from Yoo. I headed over because I sensed something strange, and she was just standing there stunned. Hansung asked, What's wrong with her? I belatedly realized. Theseus' resolution was a skill that drew out all the power of the incarnation. The use of that skill allowed Yoo Jonghyuk to deal with that monster for a while. I looked at her for a moment before handing over to Han Soo-young. Giving another person to me? My daycare center? We need to find the disaster quickly. Shouldn't you scatter more avatars? I think I roughly know where he went. Then guide me. I couldn't miss that guy here. Han Soo-young opened her mouth again. I don't remember very well. He becomes stronger every time he answers a question, right? That's right. He's weak at first, but becomes stronger every time he hears an answer. The returnees are too strong, so there's a penalty when they fall to this world. Didn't you see the seals were being released? That boy. How many seals does he have? Perhaps dozens. There'll be no answer if he releases all of them. So far, 5 seals were released. Fortunately, the additional scenarios that Dokubi's haven't come down yet. If an additional scenario was released, many people would try to hunt this bastard, and his seals would be released in a flash due to the many idiots answering his questions. The moment I was feeling relieved. Everyone, aren't you great? Despite the penalty, this is still a disaster. Only 3 people putting pressure on him. Han Soo-young and I looked at the air at the same time. By the way, aren't you being too greedy? As the old saying goes, you should share the beans. Shit! Han Soo-young cursed while messages arrived like they'd been waiting. A new subscenario has arrived. The subscenario, SSS grade hunt has begun. I grasped the handle of unbroken faith. The situation was reaching the limit.